Hey, Max.
Hi.
Thanks for joining me today.
No, thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Pleasure. So I'm joined by fabulous Max May, Sydney makeup artist. Thank you.
Hey, guys.
Max, how long have you been a makeup artist for?
Oh, my gosh. The million-dollar question that I try and avoid. I'm terrible with years, but I have been telling everyone 20 years, and then I just did a recount with my boyfriend who's very factual, and it turns out that it's been quite a few more years than 20. So, yeah, it's been a long time, but also doesn't feel, you know what life's like. It doesn't really feel like a long time, you know? One minute I was like not a care in the world and traveling the world and doing my thing, and then next minute I'm here. So yeah, it's been a while. Like maybe in a year we'll be getting closer to the 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'll leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that.
Because otherwise you'll really know how old I am.
I'm thinking, who's older, me or you?
It's definitely me.
You sure?
Yeah.
I know. All right.
Yeah.
So where did it all begin for you?
Okay, where did it all begin? I grew up in the country. I grew up with a very creative mum and a very hands-on build, construction, farming kind of father. So I guess the flair for creativity started young with my mum. And my father really nurtured it as well. I really got into photography and drawing and painting. And my mum can sew and crochet and knit and do all these wonderful things. So we were always around creativity. And my father having a building background, he was obviously had visions as well.
Yeah.
I started doing photography and playing there. I moved to Sydney. I was doing some modelling and studying photography, and I thought maybe that's where I wanted to go, into that kind of photographic element of things. And then I guess as I started to discover going out and that side of things, I started playing around by dressing up.
Okay.
And this was the late 90s, so we'll give you a little bit more of an idea of what's going on. And clubs were very in, and we didn't just go to clubs in a T-shirt and shirt. And if you're a similar age to me, you'll remember this. We used to dress up. And it was very creative. We'd wear wigs and we'd wear outfits and different makeup, and there was always a theme going on. There was always a vibe. We were always going to op shops and finding little outfits and stuff. And I just started playing with hair then, and makeup, but more so hair. And I had a couple of friends that were hairdressers, and I started cutting friends' hair. I was quite handy at it. I had an aunt who was a hairdresser, and she gave me some tools, clippers and scissors, and I just started experimenting. There was a really famous hairdresser around at that time, Sharon, who was doing what I'm doing now and had her own salon and worked with a lot of hair brands. And she was like, you've got a really good eye for this. You're really good at hair. You should start going to TAFE and becoming a hairdresser. And I thought, oh my God, I couldn't think of anything worse than being a hairdresser. Listening to rich women talk about how hard it is renovating their bathroom and cutting their hair. I just could not do that. And she was like, look, you don't have to do that. I work on the studio floor. You'd assist me. Money's a little bit better because being an apprentice in those days, it was like $200 a week or whatever. And so, yeah, that's how it started. I just started assisting her. And look, to be honest, I was a terrible hairdresser. I didn't go to TAFE.
Okay.
I was not interested. I used to just not show up. And then I had to work in the salon a couple of days a week when she wasn't in studio. So it started there. And then I guess just being on set and watching makeup artists. I can draw and paint, and I did all my tattoos. And so I thought I could do that. There was a makeup artist who I became friends with at the time who was doing a lot of work, and I started assisting her. And that's really how everything started for me, was assisting. And I think that's probably why I am so pro assisting now and always having assistants. And I always champion that is the best way to learn. And it definitely was for me. And yeah, I learned everything that I know on set through people that were working, that were in the industry, and that were kind enough to share with me more than just what I was learning on set, like what they learned and how they learned. And so, yeah, I'm a very hands-on person. So I'm not technical at all. I'm very much see the ball, be the ball kind of person. And that is the way I learned. And yeah, and it works for me.
So with your makeup, all of that was learnt on set. You didn't do any formal courses or anything?
No formal training.
Yeah.
When you work and you do an apprenticeship, you have these times where you stand behind a chair with your person, they're your senior, and they show you what to do. That was very much how I learned everything, even in makeup. So my girlfriend was working as a makeup artist, so we would have times where we would sit there and I would do her makeup, or we'd have another girlfriend there and I'd do makeup, and she would be like, this is what we're doing, this is the angles, this is the texture, this is our skin tone, teaching me how to break all these things down and look at this face and then start creating these shapes or lines or whatever we wanted to enhance or blur away. So that's where my training came. Even when I was working as a paid makeup artist on set, doing ad jobs and editorials, a lot of the things that I was doing for these jobs was the first time I was doing it.
Yeah.
I'm very much just jump in there and see what happens. Kind of guy.
Believe you can do it and do it.
Yeah. As Cher says, see the ball, be the ball. I don't know where she said that, but she said it somewhere, and I've ran with it.
No, I love that. No, a lot of makeup artists I've spoken to feel like they have to have done a course to be a makeup artist, and I just don't think that's the case. You don't have to have done a formal year-long 6-week course to have done it. But in saying that, still doing that can be a great thing.
Oh, for sure.
But
It's not. I don't think it's ever going to be a bad thing, is it? And I think some people are very much like that. They do feel more comfortable having that behind them, and I don't discourage people from doing that. I think you should do whatever makes you feel comfortable. But honestly, I just don't see how you're ever going to get experience without experience. Like,
that's it.
People can tell you, but until you're out there and you're doing it. And that's the thing about this makeup world, is that there is no one clear path.
No, there's not.
So you have to be a person that is prepared to just jump in and go. And creativity, I just don't know I don't believe that can be taught. You either see it or you don't.
Yeah, creativity. Definitely.
And no one is going to teach you that. You know? You can draw, you can paint. And sure, they can tell you technical little things, but you either have like those visions to interpret or create, or you do not. Anyone can copy a magazine. Makeup, or anyone can pick up a painting here in this room and attempt to draw it, but to actually sit down and look at a piece of paper and pick up a pen and draw something that's in your mind, or create a look that you have envisioned is two different things.
For sure. And then so many things play into that too. What your taste levels, what you think is aesthetically pleasing, play into what you do on somebody.
Totally.
So what do you spend your weeks doing, your day-to-day? How does a week look for you at the moment?
Sure.
What kind of things do you do?
At the moment, my week is very mixed, I would say. So I have it's probably a little bit more of the bigger percentage is doing digital work now than doing advertising, editorial and celebrity, which is where I come from. That is my background, my heritage, whatever you want to call it. So it's more weighted towards creating digital content. So not just for my own social media, but for brands. And then I have retained a small percentage of advertising clients, my favorite clients, the people I love to work with. And then I have quite a good portfolio of celebrity personality type stuff. And then ambassador roles. So it's a good mix. It's taken me a long time to get to this position, to be able to choose what I want to do, because I was a slave to fashion. It's only really been the last, probably since COVID, that I've really started to branch out and push to get offset as much and be more in my own business, which is funny to say because still being on set is my own business, but in charge of my own flow of work. So they are my direct clients that I work with when I'm creating content, whether it be for brands, social media or mine. And the same with my celebrities and editorial. It's still mine, but I'm kind of dictated to by them.
You're running to someone else's schedule. We're doing your digital, it's too. Well, you're choosing to
I record when I want to record, and I record how I want to, and I film most of it myself. Only a very small percentage of it is with a crew that I have to kind of slot in with them, which deals I like, but it's great having my own sketch. And being in charge of that. For sure.
Because I think that's one thing when you're a makeup artist, you are so to a schedule. If you're doing clients back to back or whatever, you just, whereas when you're doing your own digital stuff, you just be like...
Yeah, for 20 years I've been running around all around the world because I have lived internationally as well, from job to job. And It's not really given me a lot of flexibility in my life. And I don't, no regrets. I loved it. It was an amazing opportunity to be able to do what I've done.
Yeah.
But also I did miss out on a lot of life because I was living and working internationally. You were moving a lot. So I missed out on a lot of those things, relationships and friendship days and things like that. So I really made a decision to push into this. Other than the fact that I enjoy creating digital, I really pushed into that because I just wanted to have more of a life.
Yes.
Outside of my work. I had lived and breathed fashion and beauty for a long time.
Yep.
So it feels like a nice balance for me now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go back to, so you were assisting?
Yes.
How long did it take for you to branch out on your own?
It felt like forever at the time, I think. But it was really quite quick. I was very lucky. Lucky. We make our own luck, don't we?
Yeah.
I think we do. I knew what I wanted once I saw it. Had you had said to me when I was 16, 17 at school and living on a farm and climbing trees and jumping in creeks and riding horses that I was going to be a hair and makeup artist, I would have laughed. But once I saw what I wanted or what was possible, I went for it. And I went for it pretty hard. And I really focused on it. And it was something that I could see myself doing, and I loved the creative aspect of it. And so I really went above and beyond. So when I was on set assisting, I really was one step ahead. And I assisted some pretty mean, hardcore people. It was a different industry then. You know, spoke when you were spoken to, and the way that set life was very different to what it is now. We were not drinking green smoothies and talking about yoga, if you get my drift.
Yeah.
So I really lent in and was one step ahead of my artists, always had what I needed. They needed next ready. I was watching, I was very attentive, I was cleaning, I was like observing of everything that was going on around me and how everything worked because I wanted to be doing it.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people saw that. They saw that I was not afraid to be there an hour early to do what I have to do. And so I really lent into that. I got lucky, I think, in the sense that I had really only been assisting for probably 2 years. I was working with a French photographer doing a lot of testing, loved her work, and got on really well with her. By chance, her makeup artist that was booked on a job, which was an Oyster shoot.
Oh.
And she was doing portraits of models and acts. What are they, like next generation models, actors, personality type people, and it was for Oyster. It had that kind of little left of center influence to the talent as well. Her makeup artist had a baby. The baby was not well that night. She couldn't come to work. Naja called me and was like, "This is your chance.
Okay.
Bring your kit. We're going to do this. Like, you know, it'd be great." Turned out super well for me. 18 pages. They did a double fold-out cover. So there were 4 cover shots.
Yeah.
And that shoot came out a month or 2 later, and I got an agency.
Okay.
So I did a different look on each of those talent.
Yeah.
We really lent into kind of hair and makeup and gave them a really separate look. So each page looked like a cover because it was a portrait, and I had 4 covers. And it just rolled. From there, it just really opened up. It's true when they say that you just get that first job and everything unfolds, particularly if you really lean into it and you really push it.
Yeah.
So it just took off. From there. She saw that I was capable. Other photographers saw that I was capable. Stylists that were working with the magazine. The magazine saw, they got me in doing editorials. Like, it just really took off from there. I started doing Rush. I started doing lots of editorial, not a lot of money stuff. But if anyone knows this industry, they know that in those days, it was all dictated by editorial.
Editorial, yeah. Yeah.
And it just took off.
Now, I know you said you're not great at a time frame. Would this have been in the the early 2000s?
Yeah, this is early 2000s.
2006-ish sort of thing?
Yeah, probably earlier.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And when it came to getting your first agent, did you go for lots of meetings? Did you...
No, I went for no meetings.
No?
None.
So you just... The person
Yeah,
you got,
so this woman, she just started up an agency and
Okay.
she reached out. So two of the photographers that I was working with, her on her books, she was very small, very art house, and she was like, I'll start, not necessarily I'm signing you, but I'll start working with you and pushing you in with my photographers, which I was already working with anyway, so she could package it up. And that's where it really helped a lot because people saw that and they saw my link to those photographers also, which is half the struggle, isn't it? But when people see you working with someone else, then they want it.
I know, right? When someone else says you're okay,
yeah.
that's when other people want to work with you, I find.
Yeah. But I think you really got to make people believe you are as well.
Yeah.
You know, that you are capable as well. And that's one thing that I am and have been good at is really like using that to generate work for myself because you have to be savvy. Nobody gives you anything here.
No.
You really have to go out and you have to get it and you really have to convince people with your confidence. And even if my head is usually telling me something else.
Okay.
Inside, I am good at acting and good at being like, yeah, it's great, I can do this. Yeah, no problem, that's fine. So I think I just had that attitude.
Okay.
Yeah. And I could see that was the way it worked. I worked things out pretty early, I think.
So in saying that, you're saying that your head's saying one thing, but you're showing something else, what have been some of your struggles?
I very much internalize things. I am in my head, but I am good at working out people and their personalities, and I am good at mapping out a situation when I work into it. I wanted to do this, so I was like, I believed in myself, but I'm still normal. I still have doubts.
Did you get nervous going to jobs?
Of course.
Okay. Yeah.
Every day I was doing things that I was telling people I could do, but I had never done.
Okay, so you did.
But I believed that I could do it.
But you still felt
just had to have the chance.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm still nervous.
Yeah, okay.
I still have my moments.
How do you deal with that?
You just
deep breaths.
Breaths. Like breathe in. Yeah. What is it? In for 6, hold, breathe out for 8. I do a lot of that. I do get very anxious. My boyfriend will be a testament to that. I really do work myself up sometimes when I am doing something that means a lot to me.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the most pressure for me comes from, is
from yourself?
From myself.
Yeah.
I want to prove it to myself.
Yeah.
I want to do the best that I can for myself. It's not really about the other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can get very anxious. I'm not as bad as I used to be, but I'm not crippling, but maybe maybe other people don't notice it as much as you think.
Of course.
But you feel like they do.
Yeah.
And I have a huge anxiety around time, around being late.
Okay, yeah.
And so then if I'm nervous about something and I'm late, but I'm never late, I'm always early.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm late for my early. So then I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be late. So I've realised that this time anxiety and then just being a bit of a nervous person around in certain jobs, it just all compounded, and I was just like, I don't know, I think anxiety can just change your personality as well. It can make you maybe a little... Yeah, it just makes you a little bit less, for me, warm. Yeah, it can come across...
Yeah, I think it does it to all of us.
Yeah.
Sometimes I walk away from a job and I think, oh gosh, those clients are not going to like me today. I was so internal, but a lot of it comes from focus as well. Like when I'm a man, I'm very simple. I can only do one thing at a time. As much as I would like to say I can't, but ultimately I am a man. When I'm concentrating on doing something, my conversation is not great. And my presence is not great. But there is one thing that I do bring in that, and that is a commitment to the job, and I'll fight to the death for it.
Yeah.
And sometimes clients can be like, oh, wow, he's quite, maybe, he was a bit confrontational today, but it always comes out of the passion for the job.
Okay,
So I think, I think everybody understands, don't they, in this position or in this industry, that it can become quite a high pressure zone where we're trying to create something and we have limited time, limited budget, all of these things. But ultimately, I think that if you are aware of what's going on and you are in it, everybody has an understanding that we all work differently and it's all about what we produce at the end of the day. I worked that out pretty quickly as well, because I was like to people earlier in my career, I hope I wasn't, like not friendly or not chatty. I was just concentrating, or like sometimes when clients would be pushing me into doing something like a certain look, and I'd be like, no, we have to do it like this. This is how it has to be. And I would be explain it and break it down, and then they'd be like, oh, okay, all right. And then we'd do it, and then at the end of the day, I'd be like, oh, I hope I wasn't too much for you this afternoon. And they're like, no, that's what we want people to be. We want you to be passionate, and we want you to speak your truth and to fight what you think. Even if they say no to me and they say, no, we're sticking with our idea, but thank you for bringing that to. I think it is important to bring your authenticity and to be who you are. And people will either accept you in this job or in life. You can't win them all. Like, people are going to dislike you, whether you like it or not, or they're going to dislike your work or the whole thing. So I think it's just really, it's about the job and getting the job done and making it the best you can and loving what you do, and the rest will all fall into place.
I think, though, having the courage to speak up on set, like to say, no, I think we should do it this way, or speaking against what maybe they're saying, I think that's brave. Do you know, I don't think that necessarily is an easy thing to do.
I think it comes a little easy for me. I have to tone myself down sometimes. I'm quite, it's funny, I'm quite not the most outgoing person.
Yep.
I like my own company. I'm very much that person. But when it comes to something that I love or I believe in, I'm very outspoken.
Yeah.
I have been from the beginning. And I think that really has worked for me in this situation, because creatives tend to be a little bit more reserved and pulled back.
Yeah.
So when you are a little bit more outspoken and you are able to articulate or to speak your truth, I think it does really work in these situations, because it then helps other people around me do what they need to do. And a lot of the time, if I'm working with a hairstylist, I'll be like, and the photographer will be asking, and I'll be like, oh, but Mickey said back there at the chair that this is what you wanted to do and this is what you saw. And then the hairdresser's like, oh yeah, I did say that. Yeah. And then he'll kind of lean into what he's going, like, I am good at that. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, when you said that, you walk away from a job thinking, I know, are they going to book me again? Did they like me? I think we've all felt that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, definitely all felt that. Now, you had a blog.
Yeah.
When did that come about? How did that come about? I think that's when I first heard about you, actually, was through your blog, but I can't remember when it was.
I'm bad at years. I don't remember what year that was. It was really when it was before social media, because it was about blogs. I mean, we had Instagram, but it was more about the blog. I don't remember how long. I'm going to say that was like between 5 and 10 years before COVID. And I decided that I wanted to do a blog. I was doing a lot of magazine work. I was talking to a lot of beauty editors. I was pretty much writing their articles with my opinions and my style or way or whatever it was. And I thought, I might as well just do this myself.
Okay.
And I did see that there was a movement coming into social media or the internet. I saw that. And then, I started creating my own content and writing my own articles. And I think it was going to take off like it did. No, I did not.
Okay.
I did not. I just thought it'd be a really nice creative outlet for me to be able to create my own content and create my own shoots. And it was a different style than what we're doing, definitely what I'm doing now. It was more picture-based or stop motion. There was not a lot of video. And definitely there was not a lot of video how-to. It was more written kind of format. But as it started to unfold, I started to get into that. And I just loved that kind of creative control and working with my friends and my colleagues and doing the makeup that I wanted to do and do the hair I wanted to do and shooting models and my celebrity friends and clients the way I saw that.
Yeah.
And being able to say to a photographer, this is what I want to do with this model or this celebrity and this is how I want it to be. And it felt right for me, and it really opened up my career and my clientele and just this whole new direction that I've gone in to. Yeah.
So with your blog, were you were shooting your own stories?
Yeah.
And then were you talking about how to do makeups?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. I was breaking down the looks that I was doing.
Yeah.
I was creating trends that I wanted to create.
Yeah. Using
products that were being launched or that I could then push brand side and make contacts with them. And so, it was... I was just treating it exactly like you would see a magazine in those days.
Yeah.
But making it a little bit more personal.
Yeah.
Because I was an artist and I was using the products and I was experiencing how they were working. So I wasn't dictated to as much from the brands and what they wanted to say or whatever.
And that's probably around the time when there wasn't as much information.
No.
There's so much information now whereas back then...
For sure.
There wasn't the information we have now.
Definitely not.
All the products.
And there was no other artists here in Australia that was doing that, which was good because it helped with my reach. And yeah, and I wasn't influenced so much, I guess is what was good.
How was that? You know how sort of social media, showing your face on social media wasn't always perceived well in the makeup artist community?
Definitely not.
How... Would you know how the blog was? How was
the
it
blog
seen?
was fine.
Okay.
All my fashion friends and colleagues, I will say, not clients. Clients were always pro everything that I've done. The industry was fine with the blog because it was very editorialist. Yeah. And I was a fashion and editorial makeup artist solely, and I was a slave to that. At this point, I was doing Vogue and Harper's, probably one of the only artists that were doing both. So I was breaking a lot of make-believe rules there. As Instagram developed and I started to promote myself or get asked to promote myself as the face of it, my industry friends didn't like that.
Okay.
Especially the people above me, because I was taking charge of my own reach of work. And if you work in the fashion world back then, you knew that there was a superiority ladder. Yeah. And as a makeup artist where I stood or sat, that started to shift and people didn't like that. Yeah. And I did lose work. And I did lose friends.
Really?
Friends, inverted commas.
True.
Yeah, it was tough for me, and I was one of the first, and I copped it hard. Now I look at people coming up and the way that they're treated, and it's very different. I really copped it. I really copped it as an assistant. It was really tough, the way that you were spoken to and the way they treated. And when I lived overseas, I used to get on a bus and travel 30 minutes each way to bring in washing and pick up dog poop for the person I assisted for.
Really?
And when I started doing blogging, people were icing me out and telling me I was destroying I would destroy my career. And now I look at the industry and like all those people that said all those things to me are all doing it themselves.
Yes.
And it's only been the last couple of years that a small handful of those people have come back and actually apologised in a roundabout way.
Yeah.
But it was tough. I'm not crying for myself, and I don't want anyone to feel sorry for myself because I would have done it anyway, whether they supported me or not. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew that there was a digital world coming, and I knew that I was not going to stay and be pushed out. I'd watched those people have a cry when we moved over to digital photography from film, and they struggled with it, and I thought, I'm not going to be that person. I'm always going to lean into what is coming, and I'm going to embrace it, and I'm going to move with it. Otherwise, you're going to be out of date.
Yeah. And I feel like that with AI. You've got to...
Yeah, you do. You definitely do. I'm already using AI in my businesses. You have to be smart.
Absolutely.
If you don't bring it in and learn how to use it, it will roll over you.
It's coming and you just have to learn. Yeah. And I love it. I do love AI. I hope it doesn't take away the whole photographic industry altogether.
It won't. We'll only do it if we let it. But we can use it to make it easier and better so that we can work more efficiently and produce at the amount that we need to produce. And that is different to what it was when I started and we were shooting film. Yeah. We would shoot for 12 hours and we would shoot 10 shots. Yeah. So
and have it
we've been
across
struggling to do that for a long time. Yeah. And now AI is here. It's going to help us to be able to supply that amount.
Yeah. That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah.
Now, you've mentioned that you've worked overseas. So did you live overseas and where were you based overseas?
Yeah. So I tried a few places. Went to Paris, did New York, did LA, did London. Went into Asia a few times doing small contracts, Germany.
Okay.
So, yeah, I've had a little dabble and a double in a few different places.
Wow, yeah, you have. And so when you were in those places, were you there for a couple of months?
It was very early in my career when I first started.
Yeah.
I took off, and that's where I got a lot of my assisting and experience.
Oh, okay. How did you get your assisting back then?
Phone calls.
Yeah,
Friends.
okay. Lots of friends, yeah, phone calls.
When I first went to Paris, I went with the Gregory's. Gregory's is a street director.
Oh.
We didn't even have Facebook then.
Oh, you went with the Gregory's.
The Gregory's.
I thought
There was no
Gregory's
iPhone, babe. That's old I am.
No, I know. Yeah,
When we used to go travelling, we would go Lonely Planet. And we'd have a Gregory's, which was a street directory book. And you would buy it for the city or the country.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I get you. I never heard of the Gregory's, though.
Yeah.
And I do think we're a similar age. I remember the A to Z. Was that in London?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I know. Gregory's must have been worldwide.
Gregory's was like Australian, worldwide.
Okay.
Yeah, so they'd make them here.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, getting around without a GPS wasn't... You didn't know what you didn't know, did you? You didn't know it was coming.
No, that was just the way you did it.
It was.
The night before, I'd write down where I had to go, and
Yeah.
I would write down all the streets
To get
and
there.
which way I was turning onto that street.
Oh, yeah, that's smart.
So I would have the book, and I'd have that sheet of paper in the pages that I needed to use, but I would just follow the written, walk
Yes.
along Wilshire, turn left onto Houston,
Yes.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Just how you had to do it, right?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, no, I can remember doing things like that myself. Like getting up early in the morning and you've got to drive somewhere. That wasn't as easy as it is
wild
now.
times.
Yeah. And did you do any stuff with any Fashion Week?
Yeah, I have.
Talk about that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I've done quite a few years of fashion weeks, mostly New York and Paris.
Oh,
they
cool.
would be the bulk of what I'd done, and mostly earlier on in my career, because when I came back to Australia and things took off here, I'd go for brands
Okay.
that I was working for. But it was mostly in those early years that really set a foundation for me, I think, in my craft and my art and just understanding how things worked.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you remember was it just ask favours and things, like just asking people that, hey, end up on teams?
Yeah, so it was it was word of mouth.
Yeah. Okay.
Very much word of mouth. There was no social media then. So,
No.
yeah, it was just word of mouth and agencies and just meeting people, doing shows and building that contacts and just getting onto those teams was really about those teams. And then you'd be on a job and you'd be like, oh, this show's looking for people, like you should call blah, blah, or whatever. And that's how it would ricochet and happen unless you were going brand side. What a lot of my shows ended up being here in Australia would be them inviting me because they were one of the international sponsors, and so I would travel with them to that destination and do X amount of shows working for that product.
So would you be doing people attending the shows? Or
No,
would you
we'd be
attend the
doing
show?
shows, so they'd be like the show sponsors. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and a lot of that is how it's also done and was done then. I don't know. Say you're doing Weller.
Okay.
And Weller's sponsoring 8 shows at New York Fashion Week. Say you're working with Estee Lauder and they are sponsoring 6 shows at Paris Fashion Week. Or say you've got a link with Armani, which is what I did, and went to Milan and did Armani shows.
Amazing.
Because I was the Australian Armani ambassador.
Okay.
So go over there and do their ready to wear and whatever it was for that season, spring,
Oh, amazing.
autumn.
And then they had a team of people for you?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So I'd work on that team underneath the creative director.
Okay. So the creative director would come up with the look?
Creative director, I was not coming out with the look.
Okay. Have you ever done any shows where you've...
Yeah, here in Australia, definitely. But no, not internationally, definitely not, no. I was just one of the many that would get rolled in, and early in the days I was just assisting them.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was just assisting them.
Yeah.
But here in Australia, I've directed many shows. For 10 years straight, I would do 8, 9, 10 shows a season.
Okay.
And I was directing here, but internationally, no.
Okay, so you've been the assistant. You've then also been where the brand's taken you over to work on the teams, and then you've directed your own shows.
Here in Australia.
Okay, and when you've been So you're like an ambassador for Armani, for example.
Yes.
And you went over to do the shows. How did that relationship, how was that built? How did that come about?
It came about here in Australia, really. In those days, I was just talking to beauty editors and helping with articles and talking about Armani Luminous Silk, which had not long launched at that period, and I was just obsessed with it. I thought it was the most amazing foundation, and it still is to this day. I still champion it. And so the head of PR and marketing, you know, they used to collect tear sheets. Yeah. Of their brand, and they would send them internationally, and I'd be doing all these editorials and shoots, and the beauty editor would come onto set when I'd be shooting a cover story, and they'd be like, "What are you using? Her skin is amazing. It's so dewy and like skin-like and whatever else." And I'd be like, "I've been using Armani Luminous Silk," and they'd be like, "Oh, what's on her cheeks?" And I'd be like, "Oh, this, that." But so you'd be talking products, and the brand marketing just reached out and was like, "We noticed that you use a lot of Armani. We want to start sponsoring you. We want to start sending you. We're sponsoring you and sending product."
Yes,
originally how it started.
Yeah,
and they would start stocking up my kit and whatever else. And then next minute they were like, "We want to create an ambassador role here, and you'd be talking to media. We'd be doing X amount of shoots a year, and then you would get to travel internationally to do the show and work underneath whoever the creative director was."
Okay. That sounds so exciting.
Yeah, it's fun. It was great. It was amazing.
Yeah, wow.
It was awesome. And to be linked with such a prestigious international luxury brand, and that being my first, because that was my first ambassador role.
Okay.
And I stayed with them for a couple of years, went to Asia, did a lot of traveling there, and then that kind of stopped, and I worked with a bunch of other brands, and then I came back to them. And then when I really got into digital where I am now, I work with them a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're an ambassador, I suppose it can work at different levels, right? Could you ambassadorship always paid?
Yes.
To some degree, yeah.
I was paid, yes. I had a contract.
Okay. And then so you could be paid in money, or can they sponsor you with products?
I mean, that's just they'll do that with a lot of artists. Is give
products.
If you give you products, if you credit them for your magazine editorial, and they give me product. Of course, they give me the whole entire range, and they stock everything up as it goes. But mine was paid.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
What do you think of the new formulation?
I love it.
I haven't tried it. I have to try it.
It's the same. It's just got a lot more skincare in it.
Okay.
So a lot of foundations you'll notice last year were all updated.
Yeah.
So there was just regulations had been changed, mostly in Europe, using a particular product. Ingredient, not product. Ingredient within these products. And they had to change that. So with that, they had to alter the formula.
Yeah.
And obviously a lot of skincare is being pushed within foundation, so they really wanted to lean into that, so they've just upped their skincare ingredient. As far as the way it performs, I believe it's the same. Some people don't like change, and they don't like it, and they don't like other foundations that have changed. For me, it's great. Love it. Good formula, still performs really well, very versatile, can change the coverage, love the finish. It's that matte radiance. Expanded color range.
Yeah.
I can go on and on.
It's got more olive shades,
Yes.
Yeah.
So they expanded the range, I think, by quite a few. I don't know the exact amount, but there was a little bit of an area in the center that really needed more cool and olive tones.
Yeah.
And then in the deeper end, they really pushed it out and got a lot more darker shades and expanded that range as well with the cool and warm and neutrals, which they really needed to do as well. So for me, it's only got better.
Yeah, great. I think I'll start introducing, there's like a 5.3, which is an olive tone. I was watching some kind of makeup thing last night, and they were talking about different shades.
Right. Yeah.
So I think I
go and have a play.
Yeah, I'll go have a play.
Yeah, go on counter and have a play. There's some great.
Yeah, there's just so many products now.
Shades. Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
So much stuff.
I know. How do you sift through it? I don't know.
And then you also directed shows here in Australia?
Yeah, so I really was a slave to fashion at that period. And so I was doing a lot of editorial here, and that really opened up my contacts with brands and doing their campaigns, doing their lookbooks, and then doing their shows. And because I was working with a lot of cosmetic brands, that also really helped as well, as far as me being able to bring a brand
on.
to the fashion week to be able to give the fashion brand money to sponsor their show.
Okay,
Yeah.
makes sense. And would you come up with the looks there?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I would work with the stylist and the designer
Yeah.
in creating a look based upon what the brand had drawn inspo from for their collection.
Yeah, cool. Now, you've worked with a lot of celebrities as well, but you've also worked with them on TV shows. I'm just trying to remember the shows.
I have, yeah.
When you're doing that, do you generally primarily just do makeup, or do you sometimes do a bit of hair? How does it work?
Some of my clients back then wanted me to do hair and makeup.
Yeah.
So from the editorial, leans into the advertising, leans into the designers, leans into Fashion Week, then really leans into your celebrity following and then being able to see you in amongst all of this. So the celebrities will come in last nearly-ish, even though you have worked with them in an editorial capacity. Sometimes, yeah, but mostly comes at the end because they see you working with all of these magazines and designers, and that's where you make that reach. And so I started working with a small handful, and I was doing a lot of hair and makeup for both of them because that was just my style. They really liked that, and it was a little bit more makeup heavy and more kind of, in the day, a bit more undone through the hair. It was very that cool girl, Kate Moss, you know, Chloe Sevigny, Olsen twins kind of vibe. And a lot of people will say that I really championed the nude lip from those days, which was, a lot of it was the Maybelline Mousse concealer because we didn't have nude lipsticks back then.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and then that kind of all opened up. And then they would take me in to do these TV shows that they were doing. They were models or brand ambassadors or had their own little ranges or what have you. And then TV shows would pull them in and I would get pulled in there from the fashion world.
So what have you done? How many of those sort of things have you done?
Well, it was Top Model was the original
so going
starting.
Back to
Yeah. And Sarah Murdoch.
Yeah.
Who was Sarah O'Hare, supermodel, Australian supermodel. Worked with her, did a Harper's Bazaar cover after she requested me because she'd seen me doing what have you. And so became quite close with her, started working on Top Model with her, which then I was working with Jen Hawkins because I had a contract with Maya.
Yep.
When I first came back to Australia, I actually moved to Melbourne first when I came back. Yeah. And so I started working with Maya down there, was working with Jen. Yep. Jen then went on and started branching into TV, so I was working with her. And then that led into my very famous relationship with Laura Bingle, which went on to being Laura Bingle, and her and I being rat bags racing around Sydney, terrorising and doing whatever else we do. Yeah. And then the Cheyenne Totsies and all the other big girls of that time, it just took off. I was a little bit of I like to have fun. Yeah. And so we were all young then. Yeah. We were all going out and doing things. And yeah, some people will paint a bad picture of what I was doing and say that I was like in it for the fame or whatever else. But I didn't give a shit. I was just having a good time. Yeah. I loved to go out. I loved to dance. I loved girls. I love beautiful things. Yeah. And I knew how to have a good time. Yeah. And those girls loved that. And then when I got to work, I loved my job and I loved making them look amazing. And I was very visual and was capable of expressing how I felt about certain things. And those girls, Miranda Kerrs and all those, they loved that because I was able to champion and fight for them in those jobs, in getting the job to look a certain way because that's what they also wanted as well. Okay. So it really just took off for me because it just did.
That's great.
Yeah, I was able to do all those things.
Do you like working in TV?
TV is a weird place to work. I don't dislike it, but I do struggle with it just because it moves so slowly.
It does move slowly, yeah.
But I like the long vision. I don't know how to describe that. I like the way you can build things as the TV show goes on, and you can create stories not too dissimilar to what you would in an editorial and pages, being every episode being a different thing. And I love working with the stylist and the celebrity. I started working with Mel B. She was doing The Masked Singer. Got to work with her on creating all of these looks, which I had with all these other girls, but obviously on a whole different level. I mean, she is Scary Spice. And so, you kind of get to create these looks and this journey and this story, not too dissimilar to what an editorial is. And, we're doing this full glam here, we're doing this blue look here, we're doing this Scary Spice look here because it's a retrospect TV show. And so I love that and creating those kind of looks and that story. But just the way TV works is very slow. And you're on when you arrive and you're there for those 2-3 hours creating the look, pulling everything together. You get on set, you do your final touches, and then it's kind of done, and you just sit there and you watch and you run up and do a little touch up in between kind of shots. And it takes them so long to shoot an episode. It's like 12 hours, 10 hours, which to me is crazy. You'd be fired in fashion for taking that long. Do you know what I mean? Because we're like 20 shots, 30 shots, like 3 hours, 4 hours. So that bit drives me a little bit crazy. And I think it's not as a creative melting, sharing your ideas in TV like there is in fashion. It's very, you got your job, I got my job.
Oh, yeah.
You do that.
You got your lane.
And then you're like, we don't want to know. That bores me a bit.
So in that situation, what was the process of coming up with the looks? Was it did you just come up with it on the day? Or was it like
it's usually
you chatted about it?
Okay. So you have a few pre-pros in TV where you'll come in and we'll map out. And so these are the outfits we're looking at. What would be the looks that we can create? And they do move a little bit of the looks as it happens. Ultimately, Mel will be like, these are the outfits that I've chosen. This is Ep 1, Ep 2, Ep 3, blah, 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 blah. What would you create look-wise? And then I start talking to her and I'll start showing her stuff and talking about colours and building these kind of characters because she is a performer. For her, it's very caricature. But people, when I was working with Sarah Murdoch or Jen, it was and Lara, it was definitely more fashion influenced. So it wasn't so much about a character, it was more about a style or a period, or which is, for me, it's similar. It's still being creative and working together with the stylist and the hairstylist. And he'd be like, hairstylist, like, we're going to put a wig on, or it was fun. It's great. I love that bit.
Was there continuity with that? Or was it always episode
one day?
I was done in one day.
Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't have to it wasn't split over a few days and you had to keep creating the same
I think there was
look.
one. The first episode we'd do over 3 days.
Okay.
I think. Which was when you'd have all the contestants, or you'd be doing the auditions or whatever, and there'd be 30 girls, and that'd be done over 3 days. But generally in those times, we would stick it pretty simple. Just get a high pony.
Okay. Easy bronzer,
a nude lip.
Easy to...
And then get more lavish and more detailed as it went on.
Oh, yeah, that's smart.
I think. Yeah. And a lot of that was being the open audition episodes, they'd be a little bit more casual anyway, where when they'd be on stage and you'd be in the top 10 or 12, it would be a little bit more showy and themes.
Themes would be fun.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be creative, right?
Yeah, they would, especially in Masked Singer, they would have theme nights.
Yeah.
Where it'd be disco and I did Idol and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They'd have theme nights. Yeah.
Did you ever do weddings?
No.
No, just if someone requested you.
I'm not good at doing makeup people want me to do. I like doing makeup that I like to do.
Oh, I see.
Isn't that funny?
Fair enough.
But you know what? To say I've not done weddings would be a lie.
Yeah.
I have done weddings, but there have been a few weddings that I've done because the dollar was right.
Yeah.
And then obviously my friends.
Yeah.
It's such a personal space.
It is.
I find it quite intimidating. I find it quite scary to be a makeup artist at a wedding because I feel like I'm in this really personal... You are in this really personal space. There's this woman, she's getting married, she's emotional, she's got all her best girlfriends around her, she's got her mum there, her mother-in-law, her aunts. Everyone's put all this time and energy and money and, you know, and we've been told that this is the pinnacle of your being. And here I am plonked in the middle doing this girl's makeup.
Yeah.
And people asking you funny questions because you worked with celebrities.
Oh, yeah.
Or like, I just find it so awkward.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I don't know this person. So for me, I didn't lean into that because
okay.
I just
didn't.
Saying. And I was more into fashion.
Yeah.
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 And I liked the bringing my personality, but that personability into fashion and making those girls feel really comfortable and loved and nurtured rather than in weddings, because you really have to be that person in wedding as well.
Yeah.
You know, but with a complete stranger, or a lot of the time I knew these girls that I was working with fashion. So yeah, it wasn't my thing.
Wasn't your thing.
And I look at girls doing weddings and I just think, wow, you know what's going on. You know how to deal with this. You know what's up. Like,
yeah.
They're able to control those situations and...
But yeah, I suppose when you were just explaining that situation, you were talking from the point of view that you're doing somebody you've never met before. So then because people know you, then they're asking you about all these celebrities and all these people you've worked with.
Yeah, and then you find yourself all in these photos, like wedding photos. I was like, what is happening? Like, this is wild.
Yeah, there is a lot of photos, especially now too.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially now. Now, you're repped by two agencies. You're with DLM and Ministry of Talent. So yes. DLM's creative, more commercial work, yeah?
Exactly, yeah.
And then Ministry of Talent is your content work?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah?
That's exactly it. Yeah, so Dolores Levin Management is DLM. Mm-hmm. If you work in this industry, you know who Dolores. Mm-hmm. Dolores was one of the first agencies in this country. She is one of the leaders of our industry and a woman. Love her. She's amazing. And I've been with her for over 10 years now. Mm-hmm. I was with a few agencies earlier on in my career and then internationally, but moved to Dolores back then and have stuck with her. She just knows me. She knows what I like to do. We know each other. She's great. She has some of the best creatives in the country. And then Roxy Jasenko is Ministry of Talent, who is the PR controversial queen, I will say, of her day. Not so much anymore, but she doesn't have a PR. She just has the Ministry of Talent. And she was also the very first digital management agency to open in Australia, representing influencers. Or we were bloggers in those days, which is such a dirty word then and such a dirty word now, isn't it? And so I signed with her with some of the original bloggers of those days, and I've just stuck with her. Two powerhouse women, say what they mean and mean what they say, very business driven, love making deals, both own their own businesses, so very invested in how it runs, which for me is super important because I am also a business owner. And so to have those two representations, it means to me that they know what they're doing, and I feel I'm being managed, which has been and can be really difficult in this industry. I don't like working or being represented by an agency that is a big company, that you're just part of a wheel, that they are someone that just comes to work and gets paid at the end of the week. It does not work for me. Yeah. Because I like to be managed. Okay. I like to work with the people that are looking after me. I like to come up with strategies. I like to know what they're doing, what we're going to do. I'm just very of that mindset. Yeah. I'm not a creative that'll just join an agency and sit there. I'll be like, Roxy, these are the brands that I want to work for this quarter or this half a year or this year. And I'm the same with Dolores. And they are with me as well. That's how they run their businesses. So for me, it's great. It's a good partnership. And also two alpha females. Yeah. We're having to work side by side. There's a lot of grey areas. Yeah. And both of them respect each other to the utmost because they understand what it's like being in this industry, this world, as women in business. So they have a lot of respect for each other because it can be quite competitive. And it was in the beginning, but it's great now. And they both respect each other. So there's no dramas for me with that crossover or having those two management sometimes fighting for days or whatever. They understand that this is business.
How does that work then with calendar? Do they just have access to...
Some days there's crossovers just in days in bookings. And sometimes a client will hire me for an ad job and they'll want digital as part of it. or sometimes vice versa. So there is a little bit of a grey area where jobs will cross over, but mostly not anymore. Mostly brands are happy to call Dolores and book her if they want me to do an ad job, and call Dolores if they want me to do some digital proceeding. But back in the day, there was a lot of grey area.
I didn't actually even consider that, to be honest, but yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
The crossover between the two. When you first started doing digital, did you manage yourself in that respect?
Really small.
Yeah.
It was not for long.
Okay.
When I was doing the blog, yes, I had a partner at the time who helped me a lot. He was a strategist, worked in PR and marketing, and he really helped me with that side. And he, in fact, pushed me into doing the blogging.
Yeah.
And was like, you're really good at articulating and telling a story, and and you love teaching people. I do love to teach people.
Yeah.
And I do love to share. And I think because I learnt from being assisting, it's ingrained in me. And so he really pushed me into that. And so he was helping with a lot of the advertisers and the outreach. So, you know, set up an admin at maxmade.au and winning out and managing those kind of advertisers and stuff like that. But I wasn't doing Instagram then. People were not paying for Instagram then at all. So it was ad space. It was paid positioning. So, you know, you mentioning or whatever in an advertorial or advertorial way. Sorry, yes. It was advertising and advertorial. I'm really going back now. So yeah, advertorial was, let's just say Armani wanted me to do a 3-page beauty shoot.
Yeah.
Using their products, creating the looks of the season. And then they would give me a banner.
Yes.
Which would run on my blog. And so they were managing that.
Okay.
And then Roxy took over.
Is your blog still up?
No.
Okay.
Still own the domain.
Yeah.
But it's not
It's
up.
no longer there? Okay.
No. It's a whole other beast.
Yeah.
It really is. And I just don't have that time.
No. It's a lot of things to be doing.
And I have no attention span anymore.
Okay.
Which I'm so embarrassed to say, but I have zero attention span.
Yeah. Now, when you started doing, like, leaning into digital, I was going to ask if it was intentional, but I suppose it was intentional. Okay.
It definitely was intentional.
Yeah.
I saw that it was moving that way. And as I said to you before, I saw my seniors struggle so much when they moved from film into digital photography. I just did not want to be that person. And I've never wanted to be that person, even now with AI and stuff. And like, I'm not the most technical person, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I'm smarty pants. I'm not. I struggle a lot with technology. And my boyfriend now he will vouch for that. And he's just like, oh my God, you are special. But once I work it out and I'm shown, and I am very much a person that needs to be shown, I cannot have ADD, I have ADHD, I cannot read.
Okay, so you need to, once you're shown, though, you're good.
Very special. Once I'm shown how to do it, I'm good.
Okay, but don't ask me to read the instructions.
If you ask me to read the instructions, I will see stars, I'll go lightheaded, and I'll probably have a panic attack.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So when you first, I guess you'd have a setup now, right? So you'd have your, do you do it at home?
Everything's set up. I have my own studio, yes.
Yeah, your own studio at home. You got lights, you got it all set up.
Yep.
So at first, were you just like setting up your phone tripod in front of people and
They were holding it.
They were holding it.
With the pop socket.
Yes.
The phone.
Oh, yes.
And they were filming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I got a tripod.
Yeah.
And then, obviously I was watching photographers and their lighting setups and I was trying to imitate that. And then when I decided that I was going to really lean into this, I was just like, I'm going to get people to come and help me.
Okay.
So I have friends that are photographers. I had friends that were stylists. I had friends that were in all these different industries. So I was like, come help me set up my lighting. Show me these 2 different lighting techniques. This is how I want it to look. They would help me buy the lights, buy the stands, buy the backdrops, buy the sets. Stylists were helping me with styling and where to go and what to do and like lending things, contacting PR for tops and jewelry and what have you. And the same with my friends that were models, asking them to come and help and so I could practice and with my lighting. And so I am good at asking. I'm good at getting people to do things for me.
And so now when you create content, is it always a paid thing or do you still do it for fun?
No, still. Yesterday I created Chanel sent me out a bag of goodies, and
Yeah.
I had a girlfriend that was going out last night.
Yeah.
And I said, do you want to come over and I'll do your makeup?
And we'll film it and you'll make some content. Oh, cool.
Just got content to go up through the week. It's good
Yeah.
brand alignment.
Yeah.
It's fun. I get to be creative. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
And she's my friend, so we just talk
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, that is
Hopefully I
fun.
can swear. I just
Of course,
sorry.
of course. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so you still do things for fun.
Yeah.
Do you have targets of how many times you want to post a week? Is that
Yeah, I
right?
try and post every day through the week.
Yeah.
On the weekend, I do more personal stuff just to link it back to me.
You, yeah.
Me.
And when you say post every day, do you mean stories? Do you mean
Both.
Both. So you always have some kind of presence on either.
You have to. The algorithm wants you to.
Yeah.
The algorithm is now set up to. So you have to.
Yeah.
You've got to get your 5 reels out. You've got to get your
So 5 reels a week.
You've got to get your 5 reels
Okay.
out. You've got to get your 2 stills, one being a carousel, one could be a single.
Oh.
You have to do that for the algorithm to pick you up.
Okay, hold on.
Consistency is key. It's the same with your makeup. Your makeup, you need to be practicing it every day.
So 5 reels a week, 1 carousel and 1 still. So 7 posts.
I'd be doing 2 stills if I could. One would be a carousel, one would be a single. I don't
okay.
always do the still.
Yeah.
And then I would be doing my stories. And you've got to
Okay.
do your stories, which have also got your stickers on it. So, your
For
do you
interaction.
agree?
Yeah, okay.
What are your favourites?
Yeah, okay.
Ask me a question
Okay, yeah. Interacting.
with your audience.
But I think that's a really good guide because sometimes I think when it comes to social media, it's like I need rules. I need like someone to tell me do this and this. Otherwise, I'll try and do too much or too little.
Sure.
So I think having that little do your 5
Yeah.
reels, do your 2 stills, 1 carousel, 1 still. I think that's a great guide.
Yeah.
And
I mean, will I always hit it? No.
No.
Sometimes I'll have a full week of shooting, and it's really tough for me to get everything up and out. And then a lot of my looks are quite detailed, so
Yeah.
the editing is really long.
Yeah.
And a lot of my stuff is voiceovered as well.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's
an
even
extra
more
thing.
time consuming.
Yeah.
But my personal stuff, I will just put up more music stuff because I don't have time for the voiceover. But most of my brand work is voiceover. It's part and parcel of my work now I really put myself into that though. That's a whole other time. But I think that just the key is to post every day.
Okay.
And try and make it interactive to encourage people to interact with you. So don't just stick up a picture from your editorial and be like, work. Tell me something that has happened here on this day. Tell me something that went through your mind while you're creating this look. Give me something to relate to you about what is happening if you are not teaching me something.
Okay, make it
And I think
relatable
that
to
if you are an
your
artist, you should be trying to teach people and share what you know because that's what people want.
Yeah.
Ultimately.
Yeah.
Whether that be other artists or whether that just be everyday women, depending on what your following is. But give it a purpose.
Do you shoot only on your iPhone?
No, I have a camera now that
Okay.
I shoot on. Yeah, I don't shoot anything on my iPhone anymore. Although sometimes I just think, God, why did I ever stop? It's so much easier.
Yeah, okay.
Because you struggle with focal points, you struggle with white balances, you struggle with raw footage. It's a beast.
Oh gosh, now that's
I'm
sounding-
such a slasher, which back in the day it was such a shunned upon thing. Oh, you're a model, actor, blah, blah, blah. You're so watered down. But now, if you're not a slasher, who are you? I'm a makeup artist, I'm a hairstylist, I'm a stylist, I'm a photographer, I'm a writer, I'm a retoucher, I'm a voiceover, I'm a friggin' editor. Like, I'm an advertising friggin' this, I'm a picture that, I'm a doing everything. You have to be.
What camera do you use?
I use a
Canon G7. It's
mine's
quite a
the
popular
latest one. It's the Mark III.
Okay.
Yes. I just like it. It's relatively easy to use. That said, I was shown how to use it.
Yeah.
I didn't just do it all on my own.
Okay.
And there are a lot of camera settings and nonsense that you really do need to know. But once you start getting into creating content for brands, you have to have that size file to be able to deliver. The iPhone it's got the 4K. It's not far off it. Sometimes you need to supply bigger because they want to do website and stuff like that.
Yeah, makes
you really
sense.
do have to have that, even though it does get condensed down on social media to small anyway, but it's easier.
And what do you edit on?
I edit on a bunch of different things depending on what I'm doing. A CapCut,
Yeah.
Splice, It just depends what I'm doing, where it's going, how quick I want it to be, how many edits are involved.
Yeah.
Some of my pieces will have 150 edits in it. So I have to go on to bigger cuts, and sometimes I'm just editing on my phone. So I'm on Splice. It's very kind of the file, or stretch it out, or do whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
So it just depends.
Do you edit on a computer?
I edit on an iPad.
Okay. And do you use CapCut for that?
Yeah.
Have you used a new edit?
Yeah, I use edits on phone. If I'm editing on my phone, I'll do it in Splice, and then I'll throw it into edits to upload. But edits is, I put a caption on it or a header on it. I will adjust a little bit of the color because it's different to when it's on your phone or on your iPad to what it goes into when it goes into Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
And the same with TikTok as well. If you're really into TikTok, you really need to adjust your coloring and do those final cuts there because it treats the post differently.
Yeah. I like edits, the Instagram editing app, but I found it does something weird with sound. It distorts the sound sometimes for me. Have you found anything like that?
Okay.
Yeah, with a voiceover, radio mics, I stopped using it. But I like the fonts and stuff in edits.
Fonts are great. And it's easy. It's relatively easy to use.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think. I have had no problems with sound yet, I have to say. Not that I know. Not from the app. Okay. But I do struggle with sound sometimes just with consistency because my voice changes so much. You'll notice my voice is not a croaky now the more I talk. The smoother it becomes. My voice can get really super croaky. Yeah. Sometimes I'm quite nasally. Yeah. And if you're going back on voiceovers, it's really hard to get it to sound the same. To have the same pace as what you did in the recording. So voiceovers... they really send me up the wall. And
I've noticed that with me.
I hate the sound of my voice. I hate
You haven't got used to it? I think you got a great voice.
It is so annoying. Like,
really?
I drag words out. I join things together. Sometimes I'm high pitched. Sometimes I'm crackly.
Yeah, I know what I'm not saying I know what you mean about your voice.
It's annoying.
But I know when I've listened back, because I listen to my voice a lot because of the podcast, I'm completely fine with my voice now. Okay. But I know that...
That must be nice for you.
I just was like, it's fine. I don't know.
I want to gouge my ears out some days.
I'm like, it's just my voice. And someone said to me, you've just got such a nice voice, Vanessa. And I was going to be like sarcastic and say something back funny. And I was like, no, thank you. Rather than like, thanks, that's nice.
Sure, take the compliment.
Exactly.
Take it and run.
Yeah, rather than being like self-deprecating, thank you. TikTok. Are you on TikTok?
I am on TikTok. I don't post on TikTok.
Okay.
It's not my language. It's not my vibe. I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I don't like it. I don't like the way people talk. I don't like people tapping on shit. I don't like people doing these dumb dances. I don't like any of that skit. I am a creative. I'm visual. I like things to be beautiful. I have a sense of humour, but I can throw that in stories.
Yeah.
I'm just not that. And I just think things are just so meaningless on TikTok. I'm probably going to get a lot of shit for this, and I'm probably going to sound really old. No. And I am. And I don't like the culture. If I have to sit at one more event and hear one more fad TikToker that's not at the next event, I don't like it. I'm not about it. I'm not going to lean in to be a real hater here, but it's just not my vibe. I
love scrolling TikTok. You do?
Yeah.
I think that, to be honest, what happens on TikTok ends up happening on Instagram really anyway, right?
Yeah.
In the Reels section. So.
It does come, and I get it. It is a leader in that area, and a lot of brands like it, and brands are always telling me to post there. But I tell you right now, right here, those TikTok people have never been around as long as the people that have been on Instagram, and they're not going to be. And I will say it, and I'm proud to say it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they do get paid more, and they do get more reach, but I tell you right now, they do not have the longevity.
Yep, okay.
It does not breed longevity, and I'm not into that.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
I like this. We live in such a disposable world.
We do.
It's so sad. I think about magazines and that era, and I can remember hundreds of editorials. The outfits, the makeup, the model, the photographer, the location. And I don't remember what you posted last week. I don't even remember what I posted last week.
True.
And I'm not saying Instagram is special in the sense that it does have a little bit more longevity. It's still pretty bad.
No, yeah.
But I just feel like it's the last visual, beautiful.
It is beautiful.
It has a little bit more, just tiny grabbing of meaning left.
Yeah.
Where TikTok's just like,
Instagram
5 minutes later,
is
it's rubbish.
aesthetics.
Nobody's remembered it.
Yeah, true.
It's just
That's
gone
true.
into the,
Yeah.
I still buy magazines.
Yeah.
I still buy books. I still go to galleries where
Yeah.
I get my inspo. I'm
really?
old school. So yeah, TikTok's just too far for me. I can't go that far.
Is there any makeup trends at the moment that you just wish would...
Oh God, I wish they'd all go away.
How do you feel about
Why does
blush
everybody
on
make
nose?
everything so difficult?
Yeah.
It's so difficult. I turn on and I look at these trends and I just think, oh God, it's so hard. I can't even do it.
I can't even think of any trends. The only trend that I can think of is the blush on... Oh, the blush is quite high now, isn't it? It's quite a lot of blush.
like under blushing and
Yes.
it's all the same stuff. It's just reworded ultimately. Like it
Yes.
really is.
Yeah.
It's just we're showing it in different ways to make it interesting and click worthy. For me it's all sometimes it's just so difficult the way people talk about things. It's nearly leaning back into that beauty editor era where I started, where it was like it was so complex. Makeup's not that hard. It's not, guys. It's not. Don't worry about trends. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing. Worry about what you're doing, what you look like, what makes you happy. Makeup is about you and you feeling good within yourself.
Yeah.
If you feel good within yourself, people will see that and feel that and they will love what you're doing. And it won't matter whether it's in or out of fashion. Those things come into fashion because somebody wore it and they wore it with confidence and people were like, wow, look at her. She looks amazing. Oh, what is that eyeshadow? And then suddenly it becomes a trend. It's just all in the way that they wore it and put it together. That is what a trend and how a trend starts. So don't worry about that. Just do what you want to do and what makes you happy, what makes you feel great. Makeup is not complex and there is no rules to makeup.
No, it's
and
not.
if anyone tells you there is, they're full of shit. There is not. Powders over creams, creams over powders, this first, this last, this. Nonsense.
Yeah.
Nonsense. Makeup is malleable. You can do it any way you want.
Do what works for you,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
Yeah.
Just make it simple. Make
Yeah.
it easy.
Now, we have a lot of products here in front of us to talk
Yeah, we
about.
do.
But before we do talk about those, what would be, like, have you got any ride and die foundation and mascara?
My ride and die foundation is the Armani Luminous
Okay.
Silk. I'm through and through.
Yeah.
I'm a diehard. I know the colours. I know how it works on different skin. I know how to manipulate it. I can add powder if I want to make it more matte. I can put a moisturiser or oil in there if I want to make it more sheer. I can mix a primer in with it if skin is textured. It's very flexible foundation. And so that would be my definite grab. If I'm in a rush, I will grab into it. I will just lean for that. My mascara, did you say?
Yeah.
Maybelline or probably YSL Lash Clash mascara is always in my kit. I always have them, and I have a lot of them. So I am a mascara. I don't even know how to describe this. I don't use spoolies.
Ah, so you've got so many.
I buy mascaras.
Yeah.
And I put them in bags with the person's name on it.
Oh, okay.
And I use that mascara because I like the brush and I like the way that formula works on that lash type because I know those lashes. I'm not really working with girls that I don't know anymore.
Yeah, okay.
Even models, I've worked with most of them. And if I do get a young girl, I will bring a few mascaras and I'll try it. But I'm also in a very fortunate position where I have a great contacts with brands. So, don't think I'm an asshole or anything, but I've worked a lot and hard to get to where I'm at to have these. And mascara for me and lashes to me is like skin. It's super important.
Very
I like
important.
them to look a certain way.
Yeah.
So I will pay a certain price for it. Whether I make less money in that day, I'll just do it.
Yeah.
So I like lots of different Maybellines. I like YSL, and then I use these little mascaras if I can grab right now. And these are a new mascara for me. I've only been not working with them, but buying them in the last, I would say 3 to 6 months. And I get them from W Cosmetics, and it's called Clio. That's CLI, and they're called Kill Lash, and they are a superproof mascara. Fine, and they come in a multitude of colours. And if you've looked at my work, I really like coloured mascara.
Oh, yeah.
I very rarely use black mascara.
Okay.
And if I do, I will layer it sometimes with another colour. They have like a grey, they have brown, they have a burgundy, all sorts, green, blue, and this has this beautiful, really super fine, which I love, to getting right in there and getting full control and spread and volume. They layer really nicely so you can thicken them up.
Fine. Okay, so they're numbered.
Yeah.
I do that brush.
Oh, I've bent that brush. I'm sorry. I just did that when I stuck it back in. But you can bend the brush also, which I also really like. So if you ever watch my videos, I will bend it on a right angle, and then I will use it like this way, like pushing up. Because when you do mascara on yourself, you do it like this, right?
Yeah.
And so if you do mascara on somebody, you have to stand really to the side. Where if you bend your mascara as an artist, you can then apply it like a person would.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. So I stick it in like this, and then I bend it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah,
like
and then
that.
I get you.
And then I apply it like that.
Yeah. What does superproof
Sound effects.
mean?
Don't know.
Okay. Are they waterproof? Do they hold a curl?
They're not waterproof. I would say they're water resistant, but they are designed for Asian eyes, so the transfer is what they're all about. Because their lashes often touch the bottom of their lid and the top lids. They usually are water resistant.
Okay.
But comes off super easy just with a micellar water. They're not waterproof. They're not drying in any means whatsoever. But what I also love about them is that they are cost effective.
Love a W cosmetic find.
Yeah.
Do they hold a curl?
Hold a curl.
Oh, amazing.
They're made for Asian eyelashes, baby. They hold a curl.
I'm going to go check those out.
Yeah. And they're like $15.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah. Opposed to my YSL mascaras that are like friggin' how much? I don't even know.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Even Maybelline's quite expensive now. They're like $19, $20, $25.
Yeah, okay. Because some mascaras can be like 70.
Oh, Lancome's like between 40 and 60.
Yeah.
Late 40s, early 60s.
Yeah.
YSL, Armani, mascaras are expensive.
They are expensive. And they don't last that long, right?
No.
Okay. Let's talk about some of these products you've got here.
Okay.
What do you want?
Where do you want to start? Skincare?
Yeah, let's go skincare.
Okay. My skincare routine changes quite a lot, depending on skin tone. But I do follow more of so a lot of Western makeup artists will use thick and nourishing and heavier style creams. I tend to fall into more of a Eastern philosophy when it comes to skincare. I like using really light layers. Really love the Rationale Hydrogel, which is a hyaluronic, super lightweight hyaluronic, not sticky, penetrates into the skin immediately, plumps and smooths out the skin. It's a beautiful gel formula. I really love the Pro Collagen Banking Serum from Dermalogica, which is quite nourishing, but again, a serum, really lightweight. And the reason that I like these kind of lighter layers is the slip. It makes the skin nice and smooth, but ultimately it's penetrating into the skin and not leaving a greasy film on top, where I find a lot of heavy creams will make your foundation, your concealer, your product slide around. So I tend to lean more into these light layers. I really love hydrating serums. I really love the D'Alba anti-aging, even though I hate that word, anti-aging. And it's an oil and a fluid and shake and spray. I will layer that before, after, during makeup and skincare. And then I really love, for super sensitive skin, I just grabbed this. It was on the top of my kit. This is the Esme. It's the probiotic milk. And good for redness, soothing, hydrating, lots of probiotics, minimal slip, penetrates the skin. But I use this in a lot of my cream products. Okay. So if I want to make things really sheer, I'll just drop a little bit of this milk on top and then blend it out. So if I'm using like a cream bronzer, or if I'm using like a cream blush and I want it to be more skin-like and sheer, I will drop a drop in there and kind of liquefy things out. But I love it because it's just great for sensitive skin. So it cools and calms redness.
Gorge.
They're my faves.
So when are these You wouldn't use them all together?
I would use them all together.
You would, okay.
I'd use the Rationale first.
Okay.
I'd then layer the Dermalogica Pro Collagen over the top. It's got a little bit more of a slip. And then I would probably seal everything in with the D'Alba spray, which I would also use throughout my foundation application as well.
It is beautiful.
I would use it before and after my powders as well.
Yeah.
And throughout the day, just to kind of keep things nice and hydrated.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so that's your skincare.
Yeah.
All right. What's that Chanel?
Yeah, so I'm really into this is their natural finishing loose powder.
Oh.
So I'm a bit of a diehard fan generally when it comes to powders. So I really love the color correcting Huda powders.
Oh, okay.
So the pinks and the peaches and whatnot. And then I really love the Laura Mercier translucent powder, diehard. But I will generally mix that a lot with the Hourglass because I love just the way the Hourglass is like a bit more where the Laura Mercier can be a little bit drying if you're not careful. So I mix them. And I just started playing around with this Chanel translucent and it's got this really beautiful texture in the sense that it's like white powder, but it just completely evaporates. It's like a hybrid, super hydrating, not too dissimilar, I feel, than the By Terry, if you are familiar.
Yes.
And I like the fact that I can use this on all skin tones, so it will go on to the lightest to the darkest, and it evaporates. It's a very similar... Feels very similar in the sense to the Trini London, and it's the Miracle Blur, which is a product that has been around for a little while that Trini invented, and it's a gel formula that you put on top of the skin and it mattifies, and it's really great for fine lines and wrinkles, where I find that this Chanel powder is not too dissimilar. It's so lightweight. It dissipates completely into the skin. It doesn't make foundation move or fall into fine lines. This kind of, it's really hard to see this Miracle Blur, but it's not too dissimilar to that. And I love this product because it is fantastic on mature skin.
Okay.
Good to mattify, control the shine, and blur out fine lines. And I feel like that powder has some sort of... It
Similar
falls into
property.
that similar property.
I can see.
Yeah, it's this blurring.
Yeah, gorge. Yeah, I can see what you're saying, the similar...
Yeah, it's not
blurring.
completely mattifying the skin. It's more blurring the skin, which I think is nice.
Do you find that works great on texture or mainly fine
lines?
Love it. Okay.
If you've got fine lines, wrinkles, the diffuser, Miracle Diffuser from Trini London is gold. You can use it on its own as well, just on blank skin.
Okay.
Yep.
And just gives you a nice finish.
Just smooths it out. Yeah, so put it around your smile lines or under the eyes, or a lot of women that I work with that are more mature have a lot of texture in the middle of their chin, and I'll put it on and then put the foundation on, and then I'll seal it down with that as well. Just smooths all of that out. I'm not a primer guy. I don't like primers, but I will use that. I like that before and after.
All right. What else have we got? What are they?
So these are like a cheek jelly from Madge Beauty, which I really like. I use them on myself as well. It's just like a little jelly. It stains the skin. They're waterproof. Great for swimsuits when you're using minimal makeup, and it just stains the skin. Lip and cheek, eye. Try this one.
That one?
This one's nice. It's a beautiful peach color.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it
Can you
just
use them on lips?
Yep.
Did you say? That's an interesting
I love
texture,
a multi-use product. I'm quite lazy when I do makeup. I like to just make it simple and easy, and I like using things that I can use on eyes, lips, and cheeks.
What's this brand? I haven't heard of this brand.
It's an Australian brand, actually. Yeah.
Oh,
Melbourne
great.
girl.
Oh, wow.
She's got a small range, so she does these. I think there's 5 or 6 colors. She does a really beautiful primer, which I love. It's a SPF 50, and it has a really beautiful glow to it. So really nice to kind of get that overall glowiness to the skin. And she's got a couple of lip oils and some tints.
Okay.
Skin tints.
Madge Beauty. Awesome. Do you want to talk about this one?
Yeah, so this is their new product. It's a Charlotte Tilbury glow stick. It's just launched. It's called Glazed Goddess. I'm very anti-highlighter. I know that's not trendy, but I hate highlighter.
I'm not much of a fan either, to be honest.
It's cheap.
That's gorgeous.
Highlights.
Oh, wow.
This is like a gloss. It's like a glow. I don't know if we can see that. It's very wet-like. Yeah, it's very
that's
wet light.
beautiful.
Love it. Beautiful. Gives that really nice glossy glassiness to the skin. It's not greasy. It's not tacky. Yeah, you can put it on top of your eyeshadows. You can use it on your Cupid's bow, décolletage. Yeah, love it.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
And I love Charlotte Tilbury. She's one of my icons. I love her products.
Because are you an ambassador?
Yeah, so I am part of the Charlotte Tilbury Glow Squad, which is the selected makeup artists around the world that represent their region. The brand, which has just come from years of using her products. Mm-hmm. And she is someone that I also assisted back in the day.
Did you?
So yeah, there's a bit of history there. Got to work with her when she was here at the launch that she had here. And yeah, love her stuff, love what she does.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a good brand. Yeah. And I'm into that glow stick. Yeah. Which I never thought I would say because I hate luminizer.
Yeah. What about Tom Ford?
Oh, yes. So Tom Ford have just repackaged. They've just come out with a whole new collection of shadows. And just on the back of saying I'm not really into shimmer.
It's a bit of a different type of shimmer though.
We have these. It's a Soleil collection. So beautiful white packaging first and foremost. Have a look at that. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
So nice. I'm going to take the little spongy tips out.
Yeah.
And so I can hold it like this. So they've just come out with this Soleil collection of golds and bronzes and roses and reds, and they all have this really beautiful decadent shimmer or sheen. I'm going to say sheen because it's not shimmerish, which I love, and they are just gorgeous to put over the top of your eyeshadows as just really nice, gentle highlights. And I just really love the formula because it is really quite smoothing. It doesn't enhance the texture, even on my ruffled hands, but give this really beautiful sheen.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous sheen.
They've done some skin highlighters. I'm not a huge fan of the skin highlighters, but I love these eyeshadows just to layer over the top of matte shadows because I'm very much a matte shadow guy.
They're gorgeous colours too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love those.
And actually, I bought two things from Tom Ford.
Yeah.
This is a tinted oil, which I am obsessed with. A little bit tricky to play with as an artist, but if you dispense it onto your hand, really gorgeous colours, really nice textures, and they stain the lips. So as the gloss wears away, the stain remains. So beautiful to layer with pencils. Really into it.
That's nice.
The girls tell me that they taste and smell quite nice on the lip. They don't feel greasy. They're not overly fragranced.
They're comfortable.
They're quite comfortable to wear. And I just love, look at that wear on my hand. It's so beautiful. Well, I would put this on my cheeks if I was going out for a bit of a summer moment. They're just beautiful.
That does feel good.
Love that kind of stainish, glowy kind of vibe. I like skin to look like skin. I like the colour to look like it's there, that it's meant to be there, that it's coming from in. And these just really fall into that along with those match kind of lip and cheek stains. Yeah.
That's gorgeous. Love that colour. Really nice. It feels good.
Yeah. And then the other lips that I've got here, these are the brand new Wire lip blushes. And similar in sense to the fact that they are quite stain-like, but they're matte, which I'm a bit of a matte person. I don't really like a lot of gloss or shimmer. I like it to be quite fragrant.
But they're not too matte, though, aren't they?
They're not too matte.
They're
still super hydrating. There's some beautiful colours. They're all nudes. I just love the way they built this range as well. So I think there's 11 liners and then 10 lip colours, and they can all be mixed and matched with each other, which I love.
Okay, that's good.
Makes it easy for people to build a lip wardrobe, liner and lipstick, because they all match in some sort of way, which I think could be quite daunting for people choosing, like, I love this lip colour, but what liner do I use? Is this too dark? Is this too warm? Blah, 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 all those things, right? Yeah. Which I love. And then, I'm really into the Fenty, what are these called? Sunstalker Soufflé bronzers. So it's this kind of spongy, if you push on it, it's got a bit of a sponge. It's very creamy in the palette, really great slip on the finger when you touch it, but when you put it onto the skin, it kind of goes down like a powder would, and it's quite diffusing, which I love. It's got this really beautiful blurring kind of element to it, which just gives you a really nice blend, easy blend for girls, and fantastic. Rhiannon.
Yeah.
She has changed the beauty industry when it comes to inclusivity, or it just comes to creating skin-like colours. Nobody does skin-like colours like a black woman. They just know skin. They know how to create it. And I think it's because they've had to create skin on themselves with white people makeup. She just... her foundation ranges, her bronzer ranges, like her liners, like when it comes to colour, I love.
It blends like a cream but sets like a powder.
So longevity is fantastic,
It's
beautiful, really light shades. The 1 and 2 are really stunning, so great for light girls, fair girls that fine bronzers make look orange. She has a really beautiful kind of pinkish undertone on one, and then the other is warm, and even right up into those deep dark tones, beautiful reds and purple undertones. Stunning.
Beautiful texture.
Yeah.
And what else have we got? We've got a few. What are these little...
So my favourite brows at the moment is Boy Brow by Glossier. And because I like the tip, yes, really fine tip. I don't know if you guys can see that. Hopefully you can. But colour. So grey, auburn, blonde. Love the colours. Love the inclusivity. Love the fine tip. Good wear. It's really quite difficult for me to get the right angle. Nice and fine, not too harsh. Got a little bit of softness though, just to grab.
Actually.
Really into it. But just really love the colours. Warm brown, cool brown, dark brown, black, blonde, grey, auburn. And then, Charlotte Tilbury have just launched the Exaggerize, are they called?
How do you open them?
Is that what it's called?
Is it twist or pull?
Pull.
Oh, there we go. Oh!
And they're a shadow stick that's set down
that's
that you can use on your contour your lips with. The matte, there's 5 or 6 matte shades, 6 or 7 shimmer shades, but they are multi-use, so you can, like the Victoria Beckham brought out the stylus, the contour stylus stick
like
that
those.
you can do for your lips. It's the same.
Yeah.
It just sets down a little bit more, but not in a way that it's drying.
Yeah.
So you can still nose contour and you can still lip contour with the nude shades, and then there's some beautiful shimmer shades.
There's some coloured ones as well.
Yeah, and multicolours as well. You've got all your usual roses and bronzes and foresty greens and beautiful peaches and shimmery pinks and golds and champagnes, like all her usual shades. Signature shade. And then on my lip liners I've got in there, I've got a bit of a luxury product which I thought I'd bring in, and these are Hermes lip and eye pencils. I just love the colours that they have done, and I love this kind of nearly old school pencil formulation in the sense of, like, they don't dry down, but you can, how can I do this? They don't dry down and set. They're like an old school pencil. You can blend them out, but they do settle.
I like the packaging.
I love the packaging. You can see the colour. So
It's
great
got
in your kit. Just love that formulation.
Yeah, that's great. You can see the colour.
It's a non-complex pencil and really beautiful eye colours, like really beautiful warm browns and your greens and all those other kind of shades, but really beautiful skin tones, and the lip colours really cool as well. And then last lip product would be the House Labs lip crayons. I just love a crayon when it comes to the lip. Quick, easy, creamy, beautiful colours. Good for doing that overlining moment that some girls struggle with a small pencil. You can use a crayon to really follow the lip line, and you'll get that little bit of an overhang, and then you can smudge it out with your fingers. And some nice shades.
Yeah.
Really love.
They're very creamy.
Love.
Gorge.
I think the last thing in there is the Trini concealer, the serum concealer for our mature ladies, anyone.
Yeah.
But I love, if you suffer with fine lines and you can't use concealer because it moves and enhances your fine lines, this serum concealer will change your life.
Okay. I do have this actually.
Change your
I'm
life.
gonna try this more.
Yeah.
It's got vitamin C in it too, right?
Vitamin C,
That's brightening.
skincare derived, has its own natural dry down or setting mechanism, but not in a sense where it's super matte. It's very skin-like. So you don't need to use powder, which also can be quite intimidating when using concealer. And great colours.
That is a gorgeous texture.
Yeah, nice, right?
Wow,
Just
yeah,
really
beautiful.
sheer and very, not too greasy, not too
The
dry.
right amount of glow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
love
lovely. I love.
Love that.
And then lashes. I think
Yeah.
that's the last thing.
Yeah,
so
sure,
I'm into Swede makeup, Swede cosmetics. Nikki No lashes,
The
really
original.
fine lash. I've gone to others. I always come back. They're the best. They pull out their best.
They don't get
apply the
stuck.
best. They're a little bit more expensive, but they are the original. And then really the only other lashes that I use is the Own Beauty Essentials. And I like the corners. I don't know why there's one missing. I must have done a girl with one eye. There's one missing. I just like the length, and I like the different shapes that she has done. And Leah is an Australian artist. And so, yeah, if I can support fellow Australian artist, I definitely will. I think she's done a great job. And she's a beautiful artist. She's my favourite Australian artist.
Yeah.
I send all my clients if I can't do them to her.
Amazing.
She's my fave. So I love her.
Is there a product line in your future? Or that's not something
Yeah,
you go
so
down?
I'm working on products for other people, and I have done that for a long time. And so I've done a few different things, but have sold it on or whatever. But I keep doing things, and then I give it away or sell it or whatever. Don't give it away, but I sell it.
Yeah.
But I am working on something. I've just come back from Korea. I have a really great concept and idea, and we are working on formulation right now and working with a structural engineer because I want to create something that's there. It's not a new category, but I just want to reinvent it in a way, and it will be in the skin prep
fun.
category.
Okay. Any
Because I am
timeline?
very into skin prep. It is my thing.
Yeah.
I love skincare. And look, at right now, I would love to say it will happen by the end of the year, but
Okay.
I don't want to cut any corners. I want the formulation to be right. But I am pushing. I am pushing for this to happen, and for this to happen as quickly as we possibly can. So yeah, first formulation samples will arrive next week, actually.
How exciting.
We've got a few coming in. So hopefully, with a few tweaks, we will have something maybe by the end of the year. It's a non-seasonal thing.
Yeah, okay.
And what I am creating, without giving away anything, will fit seamlessly into your current skincare routine, and it will enhance and better it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Watch this space.
I'm excited about this
I'm
one.
excited.
Because I've done a few things, and it's been more trend based.
Yeah.
And then I've just thought, you know what? This is just not me. And the things could lean into being continuously there, but it was very much part of a fad, and I'm just not a fad person. I want to create something that means something and that does something that's not just the flavour of the month per se.
Something people can...
I want it to be more personal.
Yeah. It'll be around for a while.
Yeah.
Max, any pieces of advice for younger artists, not even younger artists necessarily, but like people that want to step in maybe to the content creation space?
Advice for young artists: assist.
Yeah.
The best way to learn is from other people.
Yeah.
And seeing it firsthand. And particularly when it comes to working out how the industry works or how a shoot works, what your role is, what your expectations are, how these people have come to get there. Like, all of these things will add to your experience to better you and put you in a position to actually start leading in those categories, whether it be makeup or hair or whatever it is that you're doing. When it comes to digital creation, it's just being like consistent. I'm not the best person at digital. I'm still a bit all over the place and working it out myself. And I probably could share a lot more than what I do in the sense of my personal life or just day to day. But I think it's just about being consistent. I think it's about being genuine and authentic. And I hate that word. And just sharing your knowledge in the same way that assisting is sharing the knowledge. And I think that if we all just become a little bit more open with what we know and what we're doing, it would be nicer for all of us as well, and just to build those communities, and it all lends and merges into one. Yeah. So consistency, assisting, and building those little groups of friends that you can share knowledge with, and communities that you can show them what you're doing and give them a little view into your life and your art and your craft and the things that you know.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to share?
No, thank you.
I've shared so much.
I probably talk too much.
No, love that. Can't have a silent podcast. So thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
And I look forward to getting it out into the world.
Yeah, me too.